In last class I explained that is features of joint stock company. Today in this class I am going to explaining you that is merits and demerits of joint stock company. This topic you may expect for 8 marks in the examination. Let us see that what are the merits and demerits of joint stock company. Here that merits totally they have that 5 points and demerits totally they have that 6 to 7 points. For 8 marks you have to write 4 merit and 4 demerit. It carries 8 marks. The merit is limited liability, second one transfer of interest, and point number 3 continuity of existency, or it can also call it as perceptual existency. Fourth one scope for expansion, and fifth one is professional management. Coming to the demerits, first one complexity in formation, second one lack of secrecy, and third one impersonal work environment, fourth one is delay in decision making, fifth one oligarchic management, and last demerit is conflict in interest. Let us learn the first merit of joint stock company. Even the joint stock company having certain advantages or certain merits, here that first one is limited liability. That means here that the liability status of shareholder is limited. That means if suppose for example Kumar is invested 10,000 rupees in Infosys company, the Kumar having that limited liability in Infosys company. The Infosys company is example for joint stock company. The Kumar is responsible how much he has invested in a company, that is 10,000 only. At the time of loss of the company, the Kumar is not supposed to sell his personal asset. That means even if that it does not affect that the personal asset of a shareholder at the time of the loss for a company. It is called limited liability. In simple sense, the shareholder of liability status is limited in joint stock company. It does not affect it to that a personal asset the shareholder is not supposed to sell at the time of loss for the company. And second point here, transfer of interest. The ease of transfer of ownership adds to advantages of investing a company as the share of a public limited. That means suppose for example the Kumar has purchased shares in a public company. The Kumar can can transfer the shares to that another person. That means in public company there is no restriction to share or to transfer the share from one person to another person. Easily the Kumar can transfer that his interest, his shares to that another person. It is called transfer of interest. That means the shares can easily converted into the cash. That means by transferring the shares from one person to another person. It is only applicable for in public limited company. It is not applicable in private company. If you want to transfer the shares in private company, they have some restriction. It is called transfer of interest. Next one, perceptual existence. That means even the shareholder of a death or retirement or resignation or insolvency, this all the factor does not affect it to the joint stock company. The joint stock company, it will continue for a long period of time. As you have seen that in sole proprietorship, the single person has carrying the business. If the single person was taken a death, at particular time only the business will be closed. But in joint stock company, even if the shareholder death also, it will continue for a long period of time. And also if they want to close the business, they have to follow the rules and regulation of Companies Act 2013. In the sense we can call it as perceptual existence, or the joint stock company will continue for a long period of time. And next one is scope for expansion. As compared to the sole proprietorship or a partnership forms of business organization, they have the limited resources. They are not invested much amount, and also they have that limited members. But as compared to that a joint stock company, they have that n number of members. That means for the members there is no restriction, and also here that unlimited members. They are going to investing more amount, and also the bank or a financial institution, they are come to forward to provide the loans and do advances to the joint stock company, because for the joint stock company has taken a large scale operation in a way that for the joint stock company they have the chances to expand their business, or they can start a new branches because it has taken a large scale operation, and also they have that more resources in the business. It is called scope for expansion. And next advantages, and the last advantages is professional management. That means even in a sole proprietorship, single person cannot take all the activities in a business, even if that it does not having that some skill to carry the business, even in a partnership also. And even if that the cooperative society, for the professionals, they are not able to pay higher salary in cooperative society, but in joint stock company, for the professional, the company can offer that higher salary to the specialist like chartered accountant, company secretary, or legal advisor, or a managers. Like these are the example for the professionals. These all are working in a company. The company is paying a higher salary, and also they are working very well. With working very well, the company can earn a more money or a profit. It is called professional management, and also these professions, they are helping to take a very good decisions in a business. Next, let us learn demerits of joint stock company or disadvantages of joint stock company. Here that first one is complexity in formation. As you have seen that the sole proprietorship or a partnership firm, you can easily start, but the joint stock company, it is a very difficult to start. It require more time, more effort, more money, because of they have that more legal formalities, or they have that more steps. If you want to start a public company, you have to get, or you have to go through with the 4 stages. I will explain you in the, you have that separate chapter called formation of company. That means the joint stock company has to follow that more legal formalities as compared to all other forms of organization. That is the reason to start off joint stock company is a very difficult or complex. And second one, lack of secrecy. In sole proprietorship form of business organization, the single person can maintain entire business operation without sharing the information to the other person. But here that in a joint stock company, it is a very difficult to maintain the secret. Even if that they have the time to time a lot of information in office or a company, that information they have the chances to sharing or shared by the shareholders to the public. It is a very difficult to maintain complete secret information about the business operation. It is a very difficult to maintain business information. It is called lack of secrecy. Next one, impersonal work environment. That means they have that separation of ownership and management leads to situation in which there is a lack of efforts as well as personal environment. That means the joint stock company has taken that a large scale operation, and also here that they are going to maintaining that at different levels. That means the employees or customers or creditors or whatever that customers, they don't have a direct contact with them. It is a very difficult. That means there is no good environment among them because of it has been separated, and also it is a very low scale operation. It will leads to impersonal work environment. And next one is numerous regulation. I already explained that in a disadvantages. First disadvantages, complexity information. That means if you want to start a joint stock company, you have to follow the n number of rules and regulation, or they have that more legal requirement or formalities. Here numerous regulation, that means the company functioning of a company is subject to many legal provision and rules and regulation. It is a very burden to the company, even if that at the time of audit or filing of reports or preparation of document or to get that certificate, or this certificate or some document they have to submit to the SEBI. That is, when you want to issuing the shares, you have to submit the document to the SEBI. SEBI is nothing but Securities Exchange Board of India. It has been located in New Delhi. The SEBI is approving that shares, and that shares you can allot or you can sell to the public. It is called SEBI. And also this all that rules and regulation, or this all that process, it takes a lot of time. That is the reason it will lead to numerous regulation. You can see that in the picture I have given that numerous regulation means rules or a standard or a regulation or a policies or a laws or a preparation of document, even if that voting or electing of board of directors, this all that process have to complete. This is all that a lengthy process or numerous regulation. And next one is delay in decision making. In sole proprietorship or a partnership firm, or even if that HUF family, there is no delay in decision making. If they want to take any decision without the involvement of third party, they will easily take the decision. It is advantages for them. But in joint stock company, the decisions has to be taken, it takes a lot of time, because we have that in organization the three level. That means top level, middle level, lower level. The board of director want to take a decision. The board of director will come in the top level management. That decision should be agreed by all other levels of management. Even if that the shareholders also, they want to tell their suggestion, to give their suggestion by approving the decisions. That is the reason here the communication, it leads to shareholders to board of directors. It takes a long period of time. That will lead to delay in decision making. For example, Kumar is a board of director. He want to take a decision. That decision he want to take a suggestion even if the middle level management and lower level management. This communication, they have that more gap. That means more time period. This will leads to delay in decision making. And next one is oligarchic management. That means this oligarchic management is nothing but the board of directors are representative, they are going to representative of the shareholders who are the owners. The shareholders, we can call it as a owner of a company. That shareholders elected by that means the shareholders will going to electing the board of director. The board of director will going to taking all the decisions in a business. The board of director here dominating in the organization. That is the reason here that we can call it as a oligarchic management. Even if that when they want to take a decision or when they want to control the business, it will be all the decisions is taken by that only the board of director. This may dissatisfied to the shareholders. On that time, particular time, the shareholder feel that feeling that some bad. That is the reason, even if that the board of director enjoying that all the rights in a company, it is dominated by the board of director in a company. It is called oligarchic management. And next one is, last one is, we have that conflict in interest. That means in a sole proprietorship or a partnership firm, in partnership firm they have that much misunderstanding among the partner. If they want to take a decision, the other partner may not agree. Like that, in a organization also there may be conflict among the stakeholders or shareholders, even if that because of they are paying, that means the company is paying the higher salary for the professionals, or they want to give a good quality for the products to the consumers. When they want to fixing the price and the time, the each shareholders or each board of director will tell that or give that differences of opinion. This may leads to conflict in interest. With this, merits and demerits of joint stock company has been completed. In the next class, I'm going to explain you that is types of company. This types of company, they are going to classifying according to the Companies Act 2013. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನಲ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ. ಒಂದು ಹಳ್ಳಿಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ರೈತ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ ರೈತ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆ ತೆಗಿತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ ಊರಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ರೈತನನ್ನು ಕಂಡ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ತುಂಬ ಪ್ರೀತಿ. ಏಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಹಳ್ಳೀಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ಜಮೀನ್ದಾರ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಸಾಹುಕಾರ. ಆ ಸಾಹುಕಾರನಿಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಮಗಳಿರ್ತಾಳೆ. ಈ ಮಗಳು ರೈತನನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿಸ್ತಿರ್ತಾಳೆ. ಇದೇ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಶಿಪ್ಪು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದಿನಗಳಾದ ನಂತರ ಅವರಿಬ್ಬರು ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ರೈತನಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಭಯ. ಈ ವಿಷಯ ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಜಮೀನ್ದಾರನಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾದರೆ ನನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಸಾಯಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾನೋ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಭಯ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಬಟ್ ಆ ಹುಡುಗಿಗೆ ಭಾಳ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸು ಮತ್ತು ಭಯ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ, ನೀನು ನಮ್ಮಪ್ಪ ಹತ್ರ ಬಂದು ನೀನು ಈ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ ಭಯ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ. ತುಂಬ ಮೋಟಿವೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ನ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಆ ರೈತನಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ, ನಾಳೆ ನೀವು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ. ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾಳೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಆ ರೈತ ಅವರ ಜಮೀನ್ದಾರ ಅಂದರೆ ಸಾಹುಕಾರ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಹೋದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ, ಅಪ್ಪ ಇವನು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ರೈತ, ತುಂಬ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿ ಜೀವನ ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ನಾನು ಇವನನ್ನು ಇಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಇವನ್ನೇ ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ರೈತನಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಭಯ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಕೊಂದುಬಿಡ್ತಾನೋ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಭಯ ಪಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. ಇದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದಂಥ ಸಾಹುಕಾರ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಬಲೆ ಹುಡುಗ, ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳನ್ನ ನೀನು ಏನು ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಇದೆಯಲ್ವಾ, ನನಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಖುಷಿ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ರೈತ ಶಾಕ್ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಸಾಯಿಸ್ತಾನೋ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಈ ಥರ ಹೇಳಿಬಿಟ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಖುಷಿ ಪಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಸಾಹುಕಾರ ಒಂದು ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಹಾಕ್ತಾನೆ, ನೋಡಪ್ಪ ನೀನು ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳನ್ನ ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ನಿನಗೆ ಟಾಸ್ಕ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೊಲದಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಗೂಳಿ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಗೂಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಗೂಳಿಯನ್ನು ಹಿಡಿದು ಅದರ ಬಾಲವನ್ನು ನೀನು ಹಿಡಿಬೇಕು. ಬಾಲ ಹಿಡಿದ್ರೆ ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳನ್ನು ನಿನಗೆ ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರೈತ, ಹಬ್ಬ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುವಂಥ ಟಾಸ್ಕ್ನೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾಳೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ. ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾಳೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಟಾಸ್ಕ್ನ ಕಂಡಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಒಂದು ಮರದ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ 3 ಗೂಡುಗಳಿರುತ್ತೆ, 3 ಮನೆಗಳ ಥರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಗೂಳಿನ ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಗೂಳಿ ಅಥವಾ ಹೋರಿ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಗೂಳಿನ ಬಿಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ಗೂಳಿ ಏನು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನೋ ಅಂತ ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಅದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದಂಥ ರೈತ, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಈ ಗೂಳಿನ ನಾನು ಹಿಡಿಯೋಕ್ಕಾಗತ್ತಾ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿದೆಯಪ್ಪ, ಈ ಗೂಳಿನ ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಹಿಡಿದುಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಗೂಳಿ ಸ್ಪೀಡಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು. ಈ ರೈತ ಪಕ್ಕಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಂತ್ಕೊಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಆ ಗೂಳಿ ಹೊರಟೋಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಗ ರೈತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಒಂದು ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತೆ, ಇನ್ನೂ 2-3 ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ, 2ನೇದು 3ನೇದು ಇದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಹಿಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. 2ನೇದು ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಜಮೀನ್ದಾರ 2ನೇ ಬಾಗಿಲನ್ನು ತೆಗಿತಾನೆ. ಗೂಳಿ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಗೂಳಿ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಡಬಲ್ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟಿವು, ಕಣ್ಣೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬ ಕೆಂಪಾಗಿದೆ. ಇವ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಭಯ ಪಡ್ತಾನೆ. ಆ ಮರ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಆ ಮರನ ಹತ್ತು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಬಿಡ್ತಾನೆ. ನನ್ನ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಂತೂ ಇದಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಪ್ರಾಣ ಇದ್ದರೆ ತಾನೇ ಮದುವೆ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು, ಪ್ರಾಣನೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ 2ನೇ ಗೂಳಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಟಾಗಿ ಹಂಗೆ ಹೊರಟೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಪೀಡಾಗಿ. ಅವನು ರೈತ ಅಪ್ಪ ಬಚಾವಾದೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಮರದಿಂದ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇಳ್ತಾನೆ. 3ನೇ ಗೂಳಿ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಅದನ್ನೇ ಹಿಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಜಮೀನ್ದಾರ 3ನೇ ಬಾಗಿಲನ್ನ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಕೆಲಸಗಾರನಿಗೆ. 3ನೇ ಬಾಗಿಲನ್ನ ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. 3ನೇ ಗೂಳಿ ಬಂತು. 3ನೇ ಗೂಳಿ ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಇವನಿಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಖುಷಿ ಆಗತ್ತೆ. ಏಕೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಗೂಳಿ ನಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇವನಿಗೆ ಅದು ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಖುಷಿ, ನಾನು ಹಿಡಿದು ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಬಾಲನ, ಇವತ್ತು ಆ ಬಾಲನ ಹಿಡಿದು ನಾನು ಮದುವೆ ಆಗಿಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಆಯಿತು ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಗೂಳಿನ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹಿಡಿಬೇಕು, ಒಂದು ಅಷ್ಟು ಹುಲ್ಲನ್ನು ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಕಿತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಆ ಗೂಳಿ ಬರುವಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಹುಲ್ಲನ್ನು ಗೂಳಿಗೆ ತಿನ್ನಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಹುಲ್ಲಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ಗೂಳಿಗೆ. ಆಯಿತು ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ತಿನ್ನಿಸ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಬಾಲ ಹಿಡಿಬೇಕು, ಇನ್ನೇನು ಆದರೆ ಗೂಳಿಗೆ ಬಾಲನೇ ಇರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರೋ ಬಾಲ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಜಮೀನ್ದಾರ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಇವನನ್ನು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಒದ್ದು ಓಡಿಸಿ, ಇವನು ಒಂದು ಗೂಳಿ ಬಾಲನೂ ಹಿಡಿಯೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ, ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳನ್ನ ಮದುವೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಅವನನ್ನು ಓಡಿಸ್ತಾನೆ. ಮದುವೆ ಕೂಡ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಮಾರಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಬರುತ್ತೋ ಅಂಥ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಅವಕಾಶವನ್ನು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಬಳಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜನ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ನಾಳೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ನಾಳೆ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಆಯಿತು, ನಾಳೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಆಯಿತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಆ ನಾಳೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ಪೋನ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು. ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವಾಗ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೋ ಆವಾಗ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿನ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ಬಳಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಈ ಕಥೆಯನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.